I'm starting to climb these mountains after I passed the mountain Ararat. It's really hard, the sun is strong, there is not much on the road. I fell down because there was a dog running to me really aggressively and the camera got damaged. It's too steep. I have to live 1 week with 2 euros because I don't have other money left. So flat tire, now I have to repair it. So I saw a small building with some people there and I asked them to sleep there. While I was talking with them, the guy was going inside of the farm and then he came out with a knife in one hand and a piglet in the other. Now I think I will not eat meat for a while. Yesterday I also had a flat tire. From now on I will be on mountains until the border, but I'm not sure if I will be able to cycle even when it's more steep than now. So I guess I will have to push anyway. The cars are burning disgusting oil. Hello! Iran! I have finished all the water. It's 3 o'clock and really hot and I'm on the top of the mountain. No shops or any fountain since I started to climb up. So if I don't get water within 1 hour, I need to stop the cars and ask. In the night, I heard some noises of someone or something being close to me. I was a bit afraid. Then I discovered they were just horses. People say hello. It's about 10 o'clock and I'm already exhausted. I got this snack from a street seller. It's similar to the Georgian sweet with inside nuts, but this doesn't have nuts inside. It's made by grapes, so it's vegan as well. Where I camped, there were 3 horses roaming around without even a shepherd. It's crazy how much pollution is coming from the cars. I almost can't breathe. When there is a truck passing, there is just a huge black cloud. Finally, a bit of downhill. I met yesterday Kun, a fellow bikepacker from China, cycling from China. He is also from China, and the coolest thing is that he speaks only Chinese. And he managed to cycle from China to Armenia. I visited also the oldest wine factory, winemaking of the world. It seems that the person who was making the wine was getting killed while making it, after making it, because this was the ritual. I have the border between Armenia and Iran at about 200 kilometers. It seems that getting closer to the Iranian border, people is getting more hospitable, or maybe it's just a feeling. And then I had also a flat tire, this time the front one The inner tubes, they are low quality. They are actually Iranian inner tubes. The grips stayed overnight in a bag on the bike, so now they're fresh. I washed also my stuff next to the river where I camped in a beautiful place. The only thing is that it was full of trash everywhere, plastic everywhere. Ready for the crossing of the border to Iran. Ayatollah, here we come. I am in Iran. The border crossing was, well, I expected it to be not the best, and it was indeed the worst, because it was really disorganized. There was like police and guards not doing anything. There was just one line for both sides to go and to come back. After the crossing there was some annoyance due to kids, like really poor kids. They were dressed with rags, almost worse than me. These kids came, they started to touch my bike, and then there was at another control station one guy inside of the control cabin which behaved really strangely. He had no uniform and he had a bed there to sleep, and that's all what he had. And he asked my passport. I actually was curious to know if he had a passport himself. There is Armenia then in the middle, and then Azerbaijan is at the other side. A lot of soldiers on the way. I have to watch out to not camp in a military area, because people have been arrested, and here they have this paranoia of spies. Yesterday was the first time I was in a city, in a town. I was in Yolfa. It was a bit shocking. Everybody started to look at me like I was an alien. People literally started to come to me and touch the bike, kids and even adults. In the meantime, the bike started to have some problems, had to repair again. I'm not alone, I'm with a friend, Haidar. He literally kidnapped me. He parked his car in front of me and told me that I had to go to sleep at his place, and that we would go together to Tabriz with the bikes. And before him, several other people asked me to stay over. A couple of times I was literally surrounded by people that would just welcome me. And I had to stop several times just to warm up. And then I ate in the evening thinking that it would help, but in the night I felt so bad with my belly. So many dogs in the street, dead. In the night again it was freezing. In the tent I was literally getting my toes frozen. There was a truck accident just in front, like a few hundred meters from my tent. Then on the road I found so many stones, big stones in the middle of the street. They loose stones and cargo from trucks. I got a sunburn. So I stopped around 1 o'clock.
The tour is 80 meters ahead of you.
I put my tent in a park, and then
the tour is now ahead of you. Prepare to go straight.
I try to sleep, and then again a guard comes. He started to talk, but I cannot understand it. I go back to sleep. I try to sleep. I'm feeling really tired and sick. But then the guardian comes again, and he tells me that I have to live there because of animals. He let me put the tent next to where he has his cabin to guard. He comes, he brings me a tea. And then in the early morning I was freezing. A guardian, he came in the morning shouting and telling me, come with me. So he brought me inside of his cabin. He made breakfast for me and tea. It's freezing. It's so cold that the scarf, the hijab that I had, it was frozen. So in this town there were some protests, like people doing some marching in the street, and then all the signs were about USA. I was surrounded by these students. I felt like attacked, even though they were all kind and respectful. They didn't steal anything, but they literally blocked me in maybe 20 or 30 of them, touching everywhere on the bike on me. The first question they asked me was, "Where are you from?" And they all had these signs against USA, and I told them, "I am from USA." I knew they would not do anything to me. They are kind people. Iranian people, it's kind people, and they're not aggressive. And indeed, they didn't do anything. They were even laughing or just acknowledging it. Then after I told them, "No, I'm not from USA," the only thing was that the police kind of harassed me a bit. They stopped me because I was taking pictures. They are brainwashed. And they do these protests already when they're 10 years old or less. The Iranian government blames the USA for everything. I miss those things that are in Europe, like a coffee, like the drink, but a cafe, a place where you go in, you just sit warm, and of course the bicycle lanes. I woke up already around 4 or 5 o'clock because of the chanting of Islamic songs. I had to run away from the tent because it was completely frozen. It has been really tough, and those smaller villages, they are interesting, but it seems that they are more conservative. All the women have all this black cover. When they see me, they turn their head. I feel a bit strange. Then I went to eat something which is still going around in my stomach and giving me some cramps. The owner of the place didn't want me to pay. I'm really the most welcoming country of the world. Hello. Thank you very much. So yesterday I crossed a small village. Someone was waving at me and then telling me to go there. A really sweet electromechanic. He invited me at this place for the night. He literally locked me in the shop with the gate. He closed the gate of the shop and I could not open it. Inside there was a gas stove without any exhaust pipe going out, so all CO2 was inside. The gate was locked, but luckily nothing happened. The traffic, it's mad, it's just unbelievable. There's cars on the left and on the right, but the police doesn't care. The police just cares about the hijab. Shit, I'm blocked. See you next time towards Pakistan if I survive.